Every year, we like to showcase some of the best games to play on the Mac App Store. So we're doing it again for 2020, but pushing it up to 15 games instead of 10. Please note, this list only includes games released on the Mac App Store from 2019 to 2020. Number 15, we have Estranged, Act 2. Estranged Act 2 is a standalone sequel to Estranged. A fisherman is stranded on a mysterious island during a violent storm. Not everything is as it seems, however, and your adventure has just begun. A first-person puzzler at heart, Estranged makes sure to immerse you in the world with gorgeous graphics and detailed settings. As you uncover the secrets of the island, you'll come across unique characters and additional story through computer and audio logs. Don't forget the combat though, as both melee and guns will be put to use. Fun fact, this game was developed by one person over a 6-year period. Estranged Act 2 will run on most Macs back to 2012, but for best performance, keep it to a 2014 or later Mac. Number 14 is Sparklite. Sparklite is a whimsical action-adventure game set in an ever-changing land. Everything is based around the titular resource, Sparklite. Gear up for an adventure and battle foes in a top-down perspective using a variety of guns, gear, and gadgets. A procedurally generated world is just begging to be explored. Stunning and intricate pixel art is clearly inspired by retro classics here. I'm not always a fan of this art style, but Sparklite nails it. There's evil barons to overcome, dungeons to visit, bosses to test yourself against, and more. If you have a friend over your shoulder, don't forget to have them join in with local co-op available. Sparklite should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 13, we have Train Valley 2. Train Valley 2 is a casual simulation game about, you guessed it, managing trains. Become an epic railroad tycoon as you take your company from the days of the Industrial Revolution all the way into the future. Meet the needs of various cities and industries as you upgrade your trains, keep things on schedule, and solve puzzles. Train Valley 2 hits the sweet spot of strategy and challenge without breaking your brain. You can also produce all manner of goods and construct more than 45 different types of train cars. In the downtime, you can learn about the history of the railroads. Train Valley 2 should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 12 is Kursk. Kursk is a strange game in that it is not really a game at all. More of a adventure documentary in game form that was inspired by real events. You assume the role of a spy who finds his way onto the Russian nuclear submarine K-141 Kursk. Your task is to collect secret information about a top-secret weapon. Along the way, you will witness dramatic events that would later shake the world. Between exploring the highly detailed submarine, you will have to interact with the crew, make important decisions, and walk the line between spying and not getting caught. More than anything, Kursk is an original idea, and it would be fascinating to see more historical moments come to life like this. Kursk is best experienced on an iMac, MacBook Pro, or Mac Pro released since 2015. Number 11, we have Oddmar. Oddmar is an award-winning adventure platformer with a Viking setting. Control Oddmar, loser Viking, unworthy of a place in Valhalla and shunned by his village. One day, he is offered an opportunity to redeem himself, at a price. Beautiful handcrafted levels filled with physics-based puzzles and platforming challenges await Oddmar as you help him complete his journey into a hero. Magic weapons and shields will let you conquer your foes, and a number of friends and enemies will be encountered across the many different settings, such as magical forests, snowy mountains, and dangerous mines. Oddmar will run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 10 is Garfield Kart, Furious Racing. Garfield Kart is an action-packed racing game featuring your favorite comic strip cat Garfield, along with his friends. John, Odie, and more characters are all available to choose from. Multiple game modes, as well as 8-player multiplayer online, will keep you busy across 16 different courses. Defensive and offensive bonus items are littered across each race, letting you gain an edge over your opponents. Don't forget to customize your kart with the dozens of available accessories. Garfield Kart should run on most Macs out there. Number 9, we have Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark. Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark is a turn-based tactical RPG with an emphasis on storytelling and strategic battles. Take on the role of Arbiter Kyrie, an agent of an immortal council tasked with preserving law and order throughout the land. An epic story unfolds over numerous encounters as you battle on lovely hand-drawn environments. An incredibly deep class system with over 30 classes and 300 abilities will let you create a truly unique party of characters. Tons of equipment, gear, and other customization is also available for your heroes. Root out unruly bandits, savage monsters, and crooked officials. But watch out. A deepening corruption lurks within your own ranks, and Kyrie must halt its spread before it's too late. Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark, will run on most Macs out there. Number 8 is EVERSPACE, Stellar Edition. EVERSPACE is a ridiculously beautiful action arcade game set in space. I can't say enough of how much of a treat it is for your eyeballs using the Unreal Engine 4. Inspired by a combination of FTL and older space action games, EVERSPACE creates its own fun loop. Each beginning run will inevitably end in your death, but the benefits you gain will aid you on your next journey into deep space. Zoom around in intense dogfights and space combat, using a wide range of weaponry and devices. Mine for valuable resources to upgrade your ship, and craft new gear along the way. A fully narrated story, 3 different ships to unlock, and procedurally generated levels means there's tons here to play with. You can play this with a controller, but based on our experience, this game is best played with a mouse and keyboard to more easily hit your targets. EVERSPACE is supported on iMacs, MacBook Pros, or Mac Pros released since 2012 that have a 1GB or better dedicated graphics card. Number 7, we have Luna, the Shadow Dust. Luna is a fully animated point-and-click adventure filled with both wonder and puzzles. The story is told in an interesting way, wordlessly as well as through cinematics. I can't leave out the delightful original soundtrack, which is also worth checking out. Enter an ancient tower at the edge of the world and solve its mysteries. A young boy and his companion are both playable and necessary to solve the puzzles. My favorite part is that each puzzle stands by itself without requiring hidden items or backtracking. Luna the Shadow Dust should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 6 is Tropico 6. El Presidente is back in Tropico 6, everyone's favorite island dictator simulation series. Don't worry about being new, Tropico 6 gives you everything you need to know to get your Banana Republic up and running. Veteran players will also enjoy new features such as being able to run multiple islands at once and the new challenges that come along with it. With new transportation and infrastructure possibilities and agents to raid foreign lands, you'll always have your hands full. A new research system lets you focus on political aspects, ensuring you can be the world's greatest dictator. Last but not least, online multiplayer lets you compete with other would-be dictators from around the world. Tropico 6 is a demanding game and is supported on a recent iMac, MacBook Pro, or Mac Pro with a 2GB or better graphics card. Number 5, we have Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange 2 ditches the small town setting of the original game for an epic road trip across America and into Mexico. 2 brothers are on the run after a tragic accident, with one of them awakening new telepathic powers. Each step of the journey will bring new friends, challenges, and impactful choices. It's up to you to look after your younger brother and choose whether to use his powers, keep them hidden, beg, borrow, steal, and more. Great visuals and an original soundtrack accompany the emotional story. Life is Strange 2 is supported on a number of modern Macs, but to see if your Mac model is supported, see a list of supported Macs on the App Store page. Number 4 is Inside. From the creators of Limbo comes another dark and unsettling platform adventure. Hunted and alone, a boy finds himself drawn into the center of a dark project. Encounter intense action, difficult puzzles, and amazing atmosphere. The moody art style and soundtrack perfectly complement the gameplay. We've talked about the iOS version of Inside on this channel before, but this is the first time it's been available on the Mac App Store. The macOS version comes with more advanced graphics from improved brightness, resolution, adaptive resolution, and 60 FPS support. Inside will run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 3, we have Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium is the weirdest RPG you will ever play. Featuring open world and dialogue heavy gameplay, this one truly wants you to roleplay your way through the game with as few limitations as possible. A truly unique character system lets you create any kind of human you want, whether confident, law-abiding, or an alcoholic bum who constantly ponders the meaning of life with himself. The top-notch script leads to interesting conversations and quests that never get old, and the open-world city is filled with fun characters, cases to crack, and things to do as you carve your own path. Disco Elysium should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 2 is Gravel. Gravel is the ultimate off-road racing experience that enables gamers to try out the most extreme, racing, and amazing stunts in the craziest places on Earth. Gravel is pure adrenaline fun with non-stop action, spectacle, and the need for speed. Unforgiving terrain, extreme jumps, and natural obstacles will challenge you to navigate each off-road course. A variety of online and offline modes lets you play alone or versus others. Detailed physics, along with a huge range of tracks and cars to choose from, will make racing fans happy. Keep in mind, Gravel is the most demanding game on this list. It is supported on an iMac, MacBook Pro, or Mac Pro, released since 2015 with a 4GB or better graphics card. Number 1, we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Lara Croft is back in her third outing in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Experience the final chapter in Lara's origin story as she must be forged into the Tomb Raider she is destined to become. Lara must survive in a deadly jungle, pitting her against savage beasts and endless soldiers. New stealth and combat options add to the gameplay, and even more dark and difficult tombs to explore are welcome additions. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is supported on a number of modern Macs, but to see if your Mac model is supported, see a list of supported Macs on the Mac App Store page. What is your favorite new game on the Mac App Store? Let us know in the comments. Despite popular belief, the Mac App Store is a great place to find AAA games and indie titles. Sometimes you just have to dig a little to find them. Special thanks to Suthi Rock Prom and Diego Vieira for supporting us on Patreon this week. If you're interested in Patreon, check out the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with Mac Gaming. My name's John, and thanks for watching.